What is going on, folks? It is me again, and we are back at it. And this is part 6 of the test task series where I do this task that YKUNI has sent me out to do so. And I hope, and I'm here to put the nail in the coffin since I don't want to make any more parts. It's already been too lengthy as is. I've taken too long of a break. There's other things in my life that's going on right now, personal stuff, not any other commitments I'd like to say, but it's just stuff around the house, that I have to do. Chores and whatnot, yes. I do chores. Doesn't seem like I do, but I do chores. Anywho, uh, where we left off is we had recorded and submitted the virtual what do you call this? Oh, let me get my stream beats on so I don't bore half of you guys to death. Okay. Harris Heller, if you want, you can check him out. He makes these stream beats lo-fi music which are royalty free. You cannot be copywritten, or it's not copyrightable, if that's even a word, if you play his music. So go check him out on Spotify if you would like. The guy's also a streamer, a content creator, YouTuber. Awesome dude. Where was I? Okay, yes. So, part 3. We're at part 3, and there's 5 more parts to go here. So, what this is... let me just lower the volume. What this is the mitigation strategy, part 3. And here's the scenario. We received a negative review on our product on Amazon. Please list out what actions you would try to take, or take to try, and resolve the issue of the negative review. Here's the review. It's 1 star on Amazon. Customer says, or comments, I've been using Prime for 3 years now. I purchased hundreds of products, and this is my first review, honestly, because I'm annoyed. Here's the deal. I really wanted to like this product because it's less expensive than Bodum. That said, I ordered 3 times to try and get 2 glasses that weren't scratched or slightly chipped. This company has horrible quality control. Every single cup was scratched in some way all around the surface of the glass. Yes, I am being picky, but for the cost of these types of glasses, they should be blemish-free. I can go to any local discount store and buy mugs or other glasses off the shelf, and they're not scratched. Glass is hard. This shouldn't be difficult to figure out. Okay, I've said my piece, returned the mugs, and spent the extra $10 on Bodum. Lesson learned. So, basically, this is most likely from Apari, still, but it's on Amazon. We've listed our products on Amazon. Let's see if we do. For that matter, Apari. Yep, we certainly do list Laurel. This is not one of ours. Wait, they are. The Apari store, yep. This is ours. I recognize the artwork. Look at that strawberry. So scrumptious. Borosilicate, yeah. What usually happens in a delivery is that we really hand it off to the courier. Okay, apologize for that. It's just me watching my own uploads. Let me close that off for now. And what was I saying? Yeah, so what usually happens in Amazon deliveries is that we hand it off to the courier after the seller or the local warehouse hands it off to the carrier, and once the carrier has it, it goes out for final delivery to the customer. So let's not point the finger and blame anyone here. Could have been that the unit was, I don't know. They usually check it before they wreck it. Just kidding. they usually check it before they ship things out most of the time. And in some cases it can be underlooked before the product goes out. So my objective here is to list out what actions I would try to take and resolve the issue of the negative review. So that could mean either for it from not happening again in the future. Is that what's going on here? Can I make out like requests to the factory, requests to the packaging? The limits are really not all that clear to me, so I'll just assume that I have 100% control of whatever needs to be whatever needs to be done for the reviews or the bad reviews to go away. So list out what actions you would try to take to resolve the issue of the negative review. Of course, product inspection before shipping out, before handing to courier for final delivery. That's important. Another one is packaging, product packaging, not courier packaging. Those are two different things. Courier packaging is like the box they use, or the Amazon box. We put it in an Amazon box and then we hand it to the courier and the courier ships it to the customer. What I'm pointing out here is the product packaging itself, the glassware in the Apari box, how that goes about. So product packaging improvements such as non-friction plastic, wrapping around the mugs or glassware, and foam on the upper and lower part of the glasswares while they're in the box to minimize contact. Okay, I think that's where the problem lies. It's the non-friction plastic would help a lot. Before styrofoam and styrofoam on the upper and lower part of the glasswares. So let's see if I can try to illustrate this for you guys. Teddy bear. You know what? I'll put the illustration here in the Word file. Okay, so what I'm saying is, let's say here are the glasswares. Since I'm gonna put it in the whatever, let me just use the pen tool to make it less difficult. Oh, why not? Okay, let's say this is the glassware. Stroke with a brush. And just J. Pen. And then flip it vertical, no, horizontal. Let's see. Just bind these, Hardness 0. Perfect. Let's say this is the glassware. And I tried my best to mimic this. Stroke with a brush. J, transform. Okay. There's a little more riffing around the edges. Okay, this is the glassware. Here is the styrofoam box. Yes. This is indeed a styrofoam box. No. I would like to put it in between the... I haven't opened up packaging. You know. I haven't opened up the packaging for any Apariware, but usually non-stick friction pads exist. Let's make this blue, you know. Let's see, 4. Let's make it blue, just so we can signify that it's plastic. Alright. So let's name this styrofoam. There we go. This is plastic. Friction plastic. There we go. That's how I would go about packaging the product. You don't have to have styrofoam everywhere. You know, just the most fragile edges, since you know, there's a cardboard box outside. It'll encase the it nicely, and you know, even as it's falling sideways, these boys will help the mitigation of the fall damage, right? And of course, if it's falling vertically, you have that thick layer of, you know, styrofoam on either direction to mitigate the fall damage. Rightio. Okay. So, let me save this. Let's export this PNG to my documents. YKUNI. Packaging suggestion. Okay. Or is that? Sorry if you guys saw any undesirable. Oh, that is big. Huh. Like the image shown. And what anti-friction plastic bag, or what they, yeah, that's exactly what I had in mind. For glass. Yeah. PTFE. Polytetrafluoroethylene. For sliding applications. Good sliding friction. Wear resistant plastic materials. So this is what? Stick wrapping made of PTFE. Okay. And let's add that. And proper resealing to verify that the product was good before it left the warehouse. And then lastly, what else can we do? Attack. Shown. Okay. This will mitigate most of word of the day. I think that's the word of the day. Mitigate. Mitigate. Anywho. What else can we do? So in order for us to solve this issue and prevent it from happening again, he's already purchased it thrice. And they all came slightly chipped or scratched. They have a lifetime warranty. Well, Just listen to the beats. We could try to address the customer's concerns by writing back to them in their review, stating we're very always have to interact with the customer. You know, you can't just let it slide. You can't just say, we messed up, let's do it better next time. You know, we can't just do that. So say we're very sorry. And why are these all in bold letters? Right? So there we go. You know what? If they left it bold, I'll keep it bold. Nah. We're very sorry for the experience you had purchasing. For the experience had with purchasing our products. We will definitely, because the task is for me to resolve the issue of the negative review. So I don't really, looking back, I don't really need to address the customer. But the customer service really does need to do that. But in terms of me solving the issue or preventing it from happening again, what we can do, this is a really good idea. I think I can't outclass this idea. Final inspection. You know what would be cool is if there was sort of a repair, you know, like a glass repair kit. Because it's already made from borosilicate. He's purchased it thrice, hoping to get Can we reinforce our lifetime warranty? Is this still a pari? This is most likely still a pari, right? Okay. A pari. Yeah, we have to contact the customer. Address the customer's concern and state that, and say, hello, name. We're very sorry. We'd like to sincerely apologize for the experience you had with purchasing our products. Your feedback is important, and we will certainly take measures to prevent this from happening. What does the warranty cover? I mean, let's research that. Pari warranty. All Ipari products undergo a rigorous quality control process and are engineered for enduring performance over years of use. We are proud to offer limited lifetime warranty on all Ipari products that are sold and approved by dealers, under which Ipari warrants against manufacturing defects in the material and workmanship for the life of the products. Because Ipari cannot track or safeguard products outside of its authorized sales channel, products purchased from unauthorized sellers do not come with the Ipari lifetime limited warranty. If a product fails due to material or craftsmanship error during the warranty period, Ipari will repair or replace the items at our discretion. We define the warranty period as the length of time that the first owner owns the product. To make a warranty claim, proof of purchase from an Ipari authorized dealer must be presented without exception. If a claim is made for a product later than 1 year after the purchase, a $10 processing fee may be required to process the claim. By the purchase and use of our products, you agree that Ipari is not liable for incidental, consequential, or special damages associated with the return, replacement, or use of your product. The Ipari warranty's comprehensive and explicit limit of liability, and all items outside of it are not addressable by or the responsibility of Ipari. Certain states have variances regarding the implied warranties, and in those situations we remain fully compliant. Our countries supported by our shipping replacements are United States, Canada, UK, Germany, France, and Spain. The Ipari limited lifetime warranty is voided if the products are subject to commercial use. To make a warranty claim, please fill out the product issues section of our contact form. See? Amazon. Right. So we can use this. To ensure that your next purchase of Ipari products are to ensure that your next purchase of Ipari products that are faulty if you happen to purchase from us in the future and experience the same issue, we have our lifetime warranty within the first year that you purchase the item. You can visit this link to start. Link so we can service and repair your defective glassware. There we go. So I'd like to contact the customer on that note, since, transparency is important, and we need to address our customers' concerns and help them know Why is this italic? Happening. If you happen to purchase from us in the future and experience the same issue, we have our lifetime warranty within the first year that you purchased it by. We'll repair your chipped glassware. Chipped and scratched glassware. For free, right? You can visit this link so we can repair. You can visit this link so we can... What is this? What is this? What on earth? Me no understand. Okay. Never mind. I must have been shuffling back and forth, and you just saw my face, and I was just making reactions. I'm sorry, I was typing this, you know, and I was having issue with this earlier, in that there was like a space here that I can't remove. Okay, so, anywho, now that you can see what I'm doing, you can visit this link to contact us regarding our products. There we go. That is my final answer to that. Moving on. We received the negative review, and after fixing the issue, the customers updated the review. Please list out what actions you would take and try to resolve the issue of the negative review. Great customer service. They replaced my mug, but the problem continues. I won't order again. Okay. We would have to clarify and ask the customer directly. See, I told you they're not supposed to be in bold letters. There we go. Ask and inquire from the customer what exactly the problem is. Next is sorry. And address it, right? Right? Ask and inquire from the customer exactly what the problem is. Why am I spacing so? Better, I guess. If it's product issue, advise them that we will be servicing and performing all necessary repairs for their products via the warranty. Excuse me. If it's a feature issue, then we can refer them to a different product from our product line to suit their needs, right? It's really right? It's simple. We identify the problem. If it's something that they continue receiving, such as this guy over here, we can just service and repair it ourselves. Ourselves. And not via the Amazon 30-day warranty, which just replaces, refunds the customer. If it's a feature issue, then we can refer them to a different product that might suit their needs. Always provide the contact us link so we can have our own records for customer concerns, right? That's my best guess. Well, not really guess. That's my best solution. And if there was a different and better answer, I was just oblivious to it. But I'm approaching it at multiple angles as best I can, and I hope that you guys can hear me, number one. But I also hope that it suffices for what was requested of me. So part 4. We're already at part 4. Again, I will be putting the nail in the coffin. I won't be extending. Part 6 is where it is going to end. This is where we're going to finish what we started. Let's get to it. You are running a customer support team for multiple e-commerce brands. Please describe what types of systems, processes, and KPIs will be important for the success of your team. A support team, okay, for multiple e-commerce brands. E-commerce, products, sales. uh, upset customers. Of course, there would be a positive and negative response. I would also like to, let's put this on a list, a bullet. Response ratio with percentage. I would like to also implore repeat customers. Repeat customer contacts. This is to describe that this is to ascertain that the product, that the issue of a customer was resolved. Customer contact percentage. Response ratio. No, actually not ratio. Response percentage. Repeat customer contact percentage. This is to ascertain that the issue of the customer was resolved within, let's say, why am I putting it in parentheses? Let's say 2 weeks that the customer did not contact us back with the same issue, then it means that their problem was completely solved. Constructor sentences better. Repeat customer contact percentage. This is to ascertain that the issue of the customer was resolved, let's say, within 2 weeks. Resolved completely. Within, let's say, 2 weeks that the customer did not contact us back with the same issue. Problem was completely solved. Resolved fully. Okay, what else? Systems and processes. These are mostly KPIs that I'm stating out. Of course, we would need a process of escalation where there is a certain oddity or occurrence which is not known, which is not an occurrence where there are no processes in place immediately to resolve the issue, then it can be reported, researched, and dealt with. If it had happened again. So in Alorica or in Amazon, I know you guys also are Amazon, I've heard, but in Amazon, specifically Amazon's US retail account, they have what they call a Gemba, where they also have tickets, and Gembas, it's like process improvements where we can suggest or we can find something in the process that's not really, relevant anymore, or it's not known how that problem can be dealt with, so it can be researched by the higher-ups, the higher quality teams, and they can provide a resolution for it and an explanation to it as well if it requires one. Okay, so that's what happens, or that's what kind of process we have in Amazon. Well, every BPO will have a sort of an escalation process, whether it be transferring to a supervisor or something of the sort. But this is a different process of escalation where a certain audit or occurrence where there is no processes in place immediately resolve the issue. It can be reported and dealt with if it had happened again. System. Of course, the usual systems of customer inquiries, emails, calls, chats, and other forms of feedback. Chat. The usual systems of customer communication mediums such as emails, calls, and chats, with the addition to customer reviews that can be answered directly by sellers or the direct customer support group of the company selling the products. I would also like to another KPI would be especially offshore accounts, which are common, understanding and contact interaction. Meaning, whether, I'm sorry, I forgot to finish my sentence. Whether it be, or meaning, I'm sorry, I'm cracking my neck again. There we go. Another KPI would be understanding and contact interaction. Meaning, let's just write it in here. Meaning how the customer is understood. If it's an onshore account, for onshore, usually. And the opposite of if the CSA is understood proper, or of if the CSA can be understood properly for offshore account, for offshore agencies. Customer interaction pertaining to if it wasn't just a transaction and if there was genuine, sincere, and eagerness to assist the customer. Sort of the humane aspect of the contact, if you will. And one more KPI would be if the correct resolution was actually provided. This is somewhat underlooked since we just grade the percentage. You know what? We can bind that here. let's remove this. Percentage. The analysis of the contact itself, whether the flow of the call was followed, wherein one will be created for uniformity and fluidity, and if the correct processes and policies issued by the company that our support team is working for is catering. Repeat customer contact percentage. Process of escalation. The usual systems of customer communication mediums such as emails, calls, and chats with the addition to products. This also includes a storage of those data that can be reviewed at a later time for reference purposes. Customer percentage escalation happen again, so it will no longer be a hindrance in assisting customers. Let me rephrase this. Yes, we will always keep a communication medium and channel and can be able to look back on it, but a system wherein previous relevant customer contacts can be viewed at a glimpse to grasp the situation much more clearly. If the agent, if the CSA who will take contact is not familiar with it yet, with the issue yet, this will guarantee that a single process will be followed for the same issue, regardless of which CSA is handling it. Meaning how the customer is understood. For me, these are the most important. For me, these are the most important. Okay, last part. Woo! How long have we been recording? 54 minutes! Doesn't feel like 54 minutes. Doesn't feel like 54 minutes. Just kidding. Certainly, I feel the toll. So part 5 is project management. How do you begin a newly assigned project? Also, reading through the job posts and responsibilities mentioned when you applied, what is the first project that you think of as a contribution to your department? What are the steps that you would take in having it accomplished? And how do you ensure you or your team stays on track to meet project deadlines? Okay, so this is sort of a managerial. Okay, so beginning a new project. Is this an essay? Can I make it an essay? Okay, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. Beginning a new project. One must understand what the goals of the project are, most importantly. Because not having a grasp of the bigger picture can usually leave people shooting blankly into the sky, where they approach projects from multiple angles that do not benefit them whatsoever. Sort of a guessing game, or best hunch approach, where they think that a certain angle of approach can be beneficial, but it was just, in actuality, a waste. Official, but it was, in actuality, just a waste of resources. So knowing the goal, specific goal, and what it aims to achieve for the company, for the customers, or for whoever it benefits, will narrow the approach and contribute to higher success rates. First step. Beginning a new project, one must understand the goal. It's in bold again. Second step. Consolidation of required assets, required data, required assets, data, tools, and tools. This will fall under the planning stage, where we must use the smart approach. Right? Smart. Specific. Actually, smart. Right? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Specific, measurable, Yeah, we'll use the SMART approach when planning. First, we grasp it mentally. We engrave it into our minds that this is the goal we want to achieve, this is the vision, this is what we want to happen. That's the first step. Mental readiness and preparedness is very important, especially if you're starting a project. You want to have everything engraved in your mind so you can look back on that moment and remind yourself of how important this project is, if ever you need to. Next, consolidation and consideration of required assets, data, and tools. This will fall under the planning stage, where you must use the SMART approach. And here is where we can actually start the project itself, or the pre-execution stage. Time is a big investment in this stage, where it would encompass more than 80% of the total time. Well, let's make it 75% of the total time allotted for the entire project. From the overall theme of the project, from the planning of the overall theme, the steps in which, it's just the planning stage. Third step, dry runs or practice. Where a sort of a mock test, where sort of a mock operation is conducted to test the success rate. In this stage, it's usually forward or back to zero if something is realized that can hinder or hinder or make the project obsolete, or if something is realized to be unnecessary entirely, then it can be back to the drawing board. Or if everything goes well, then it's forward from there. Fourth step. This is the actual execution or real-time execution, or simply the execution phase. Where the project is officially launched. If all goes well, and even the rare and unlikely scenarios encountered are accounted for and dealt with, scenarios which were thought of in the second step even the rare goes well, and even in the rare and unlikely scenario which were thought of and which was thought of were encountered and are accounted for, accounted for and dealt with, goes well, and even in the rare and unlikely scenario, which was thought of in the second step, were encountered, accounted for, and dealt with, then the project can continue until its definite span or lifetime. But there is a fifth step. Oh yes, there is a fifth step. The fifth step, this is actually maintenance and improvement. As the project is well underway, there will be constant analysis and research in the current way that things are done. This is to expose flaws and correct them, plus improve upon the already active methods used in the project. I'm being very vague, but it's not necessarily a specific project, you know. It can be like an event or a one-time show, or it can be a constant thing, you know. That's why I'm being vague in my approach. So those are the answers. Let's call it fifth and final. Okay, reading through the job post and the responsibilities mentioned when you applied, what is the first project you can think of as a contribution to your department? Well, in order for me to know that, let me have a gander back. I will just look at my phone for the time being. I apologize. Here we go. So my responsibilities are process customer tickets, follow up with logistics partners, handle live chat and phone calls, identify customer questions, concerns, provide accurate answers, address customer complaints, redirect customers to appropriate teams, follow up with callers on complaints, follow company communication procedures, develop processes for improving customer experience, follow up with a wholesale customer on their order status and product sell-through, review and maintain proper return rates, participate in weekly meetings, provide team with product quality trends that need to be addressed, understand all specs, proper usage, care, warranties, inserts, and FAQs for each product, understand and maintain or exceed the following according to the brand's expectations. First, response rate, average ticket resolution, tickets handled within the scheduled times, issue resolution rate, and customer feedback score. Okay, there we go. Let's make them bold, so I can differentiate them from the answers. Answer. I would most likely be able to contribute in the customer What? What happened? Okay. The customer in the customer contact improvement. Since I am very much sort of a Westerner myself, I can understand in depth what the customer is talking about in most cases. Not to say that others don't. I'm just saying that the hidden meanings in the way that Westerners talk and how they excessively use figures of speech and wordplay, including slang and jargon, is all familiar to me. So I would be most useful in auditing contacts from customers who gave negative responses, since I can pinpoint what exactly was said incorrectly. or what had triggered the customer to respond in such a way. This includes what can be said better, what the customer actually meant, what the customer was requesting, what mood the customer is even in. I am not joking. 90% of the time when I am in a call, or when I was in a call back in my Lorica days in Amazon, I knew right away that this customer was sort of peed off. You know, letter P off. He was pissed. I just said it. So what I'm saying is, I can have a generally good guess, not really a guess, but an educated guess as to how the customer is feeling, which would then set me up for the entire call and how I am able to approach the customer in that mood. So if he's sort of pissed off, I would be more cautious and slow and understanding and caring and, genuinely interested in whatever he's saying, because he's definitely going to vent all of that anger out. So that's important. And that's most likely how I can be a game changer, or how I can contribute in the company, is looking at negative context and understand what went wrong. Okay, last question. And I can finally game. Yes, I am a gamer. How do we ensure? How do I ensure? How do you ensure? How do I ensure that your or my team stays on track to meet project deadlines? When it comes to deadlines, it is often overlooked in preparation. So the most important aspect of any project is the timeline. It's the most flexible. It can be just flexible and yet the most stiff. It is the most friendly. It is the most... what's the word? It is the most aggressive, yet can be the best of allies. This all depends on if you have enough of it and what you had done to preserve its use. Time. Deadlines. It's really the cause of most stress in any work environment, is deadlines. So, for me, the kind of person I am, it's really important that I stay motivated, that I stay on track, I stay mindful that this is the cause and this is the effect, this is what it'll do to the company if I don't, just make yourself realize the most important thing, one of the most crucial things you have to do is instill the importance of the entire project. Instilling the importance of the entire project. This is essential, since our most I'm wanting to say something here. The most what do you call the brain? Our most essential tool? This is essential since our most I could stand here all day thinking of a word. That's how much of a grammar Nazi I am. Going back. How long have I been recording? Hour and a half. So one of the most crucial things you can do is to instill the importance of the entire project. This is essential since our deadliest weapon and most useful tool our brain can be loaded with the appropriate mindset. Again, for intellectual people, mindset is the maker or the breaker mindset. It's how they stay motivated. It's how they it's how they get out of bed. It's how they approach a certain concept or activity. A mindset is important. And for certain, I am going to be dealing with intellectual people. So more often than not, we would need to set the pace of their minds, dealing with intellectual individuals on the team can certainly is where this will be most beneficial. Did I meant to say overlooked? I meant to say underlooked. So the most important aspect, most flexible yet the most stiff, it's the most aggressive yet can be the best of allies. This all depends if you have enough of it and what you had done to preserve its use. One of the most crucial things you can do is instill the importance of the entire project. This is essential since our deadliest weapon and most useful tool, our brain, can be loaded with the appropriate mindset. Dealing with intellectual individuals on the team is where this will be most beneficial. Since an intellectual can easily be demotivated if they don't have the proper mindset. Personal factors can also be influencing, but more often than not, they can be professional and set those aside. What I can do is conduct constant one-on-ones and get to know the people I'm working with so I can expect that their tendencies or their workflow This in turn will help me approach them. I prefer to do it privately and not as one big group, not as a one big group discussion, as this shotgun method will, like the firearm itself suggests, be inaccurate or have low accuracy. Because, like a shotgun, it goes outward and spreads. So I want it to be a rifle. I want to be precise as possible and hit all those targets. Hit each one of them and make them understand. You know? I don't want to be a shotgun. I prefer a rifle. Hell, even a pistol will do. So long as it shoots in one direction, not spread out. Precision, accuracy. That's the key. What I can do is conduct constant one-on-ones, get to know the people I'm working with. Another thing I can implement is a group project viewer, where everything can be laid out and applied. Laid out, checked, updated, added, and even be omitted from the project. Another thing I can implement. Okay. Something like Trello or maybe Microsoft Teams. Those sorts of applications that can organize our data for us. And there are lots of applications that can be utilized in such a way that you can view the whole project and know what's happening, know what's going on, always, have it updated for the entire team to see. And that's really important because it can draw or it can sketch the picture of the project as a whole. If it's 50% complete, if it's 100% complete. And I'd like for the group project viewer to actually have like a graphical chart of that, of how complete it is. I can give tasks and it can all be either 100% or 50%, and there's a formula that records these tasks and tells the whole team if it's complete or not. So, am I still recording? Thank goodness. It's been an hour and a half. So, yeah. One more thing is if someone isn't performing their end of, not their end of the bargain. If someone isn't performing in their best shape or is having a low completion rate, then I will step in to check why. Again, personal issues are not really not valid, but I will make them understand that there is a better time and place for those things. Simple to say, I will be individually monitoring my team. And as rigorous and difficult as that may be, there is no other way to guarantee success if the smallest details are left unchecked, because the small over time become big. The small concentration time becomes one big concentration. And if the time becomes one big concentration, and if the unchecked are plenty, what am I saying even? The smallest details are left unchecked because the small concentration of unchecked details over time becomes one big project. And we wouldn't want to have holes in our foundation for it to be as sturdy as possible. Micromanaging is the key. Oh, that's a word, huh? Micromanaging is the key. And inspiration is the door. Really? Is it the door? Door, and what's on the other side of the door is the success we all long for. I am a very poetic person. Not really, just a lot of babbling. Oh, as you can see, I have already uploaded on YouTube my recordings of this whole session. Must have been like 3-4 hours long, lots of breaks in between, and I apologize if that's the case, since it's still lots of things to do at home, some personal stuff, the chores, the likes, because I still live under one roof with my mom. So there's that. And of course I have to take breaks occasionally. I didn't take my breaks right now because I really wanted to get this thing done. You know? It's been a fun experience. I'm going to upload this on YouTube. It'll be the final part 6 of the test task series. And I would just like to reach out to the YKUNI team and the HR team, who've been very helpful and very accommodating and very friendly. It's been a great experience. I know I have to be a yes man if I'm applying for the job, but I really hope I do get the job. Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun experience, especially since it's e-commerce, something I'm very familiar with. As you may have seen in the past that I've talked about my experiences, right, in Amazon and in customer service as a whole. So yeah, this has been a life-changing experience. Not really life-changing, but it's been an enjoyable experience, to be quite frank and quite honest. And I really hope I have audio. If I didn't have audio, this would suck. And I would have to put like subtitles in here or something, you know? And that would be very undesirable. It would be very, very undesirable if that happened. Again, I'm babbling. I love to babble. I love to just talk about nonsensical stuff. And yeah, looking forward to working in this company. Looking forward to the $50 reimbursement uh, that I am to get if ever I pass the assessment. I hope I am suitable enough for the criteria that was laid out on me, or laid out upon me, such as researchability, creativity, attention to detail, and speed and responsiveness. This, I can already tell, has taken a hit and a toll since I wasn't really very that speedy. It's like 2:39 p.m. to 2:29 p.m. So that's like 3.5 hours until deadline. Still plenty of time, ample time, enough for me to upload and, submit this to HR. But what I want to say is thank you for the experience. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tolerating me. This has been the Task series. Again, my name is Ian. You have yourself a great rest of your day. Bye-bye now.